Welcome to the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. All other high-volume luxury watch brands, including Rolex, have been attempting to maintain price parity between major markets this year due to the rising value of the US dollar and currencies based on the dollar, such as those of oil-rich Middle Eastern states. Due to currency fluctuations, including the strong US dollar, Rolex SA increased the retail prices of its watches in Europe for the second time this year. Due to the declining value of the pound in comparison to other markets, this Rolex price increase is targeted specifically in Europe. Luxury watch manufacturers were slow to adjust their prices in response to the pound's similar collapse in 2016 Brexit. The outcome was that the UK unexpectedly turned into a sanctuary of modest looks for a long time. Brands like Rolex have reacted quickly to the pound's fall because they want to avoid a repeat of the previous scenario. Before moving forward, please hit the like and subscribe button to get the latest news on luxury watch market. Let's get back to business. The Daytona, Submariner, and Oyster Perpetual manufacturers reported a 5% increase in continental prices. This comes after a similar increase in September in the UK as a result of the falling value of the British pound, which reduced the prices of highly sought-after watches for US customers shopping in dollars. In an email statement, the company stated that there is an alignment of Eurozone prices due to currency fluctuations. As an illustration, the cheapest Rolex Daytona chronograph model, which was available in January for 13,900 euros or 13,583 US dollars, now costs 14,600 euros, a 5.04% increase. The UK government's insistence that it will not allow immediate VAT rebates, which were previously available to anyone shopping in the UK from outside the European Union, and this adds to the complexity. Because they run the risk of losing business to rivals in close proximity like France, Germany, and Italy, British retailers, particularly those in the luxury segment of the market, have been pleading for the reintroduction of VAT rebates. Rolex watches are still more than 10% cheaper for UK customers traveling to Paris, for instance, despite the rise in Eurozone prices. It's obvious that the average Parisian who walks into an authorized dealer without a long history of buying Rolex watches is extremely unlikely to leave with one. However, the savings for UK consumers shopping in the Euro area are substantial only if they're able to purchase at retail. After sales tax had been reclaimed, for instance, a white gold Rolex Day-Date that retails for £31,450 in the UK would cost the equivalent of £27,047 at the current exchange rate, a reduction of £4,403. Just like a no-date steel Rolex Submariner that is more than £1,000 less around Europe for UK shoppers. Rolex has increased retail prices for the second time this year in Europe. It increased the prices of all of its model lines in most markets in January by an average of 3.5%, with some in-demand steel sports models costing as much as 10% more. In the beginning of this year, there were growing indications of economic weakness across the continent, rising inflation, and expectations of hawkish monetary policy from the Federal Reserve. As a result, the value of the euro fell below parity with the US dollar. With a market share of close to 29% and annual sales of approximately 7.9 billion Swiss francs, Rolex is precisely the most popular luxury watch brand in Switzerland. The company, with its headquarters in Geneva, produces approximately 1 million watches annually. Because demand for the majority of models exceeds supply, some of them trade on the secondary market at retail prices. Why do Rolex retail prices increase? High demand. The ever-increasing demand for Rolex watches, which appears unlikely to slow down anytime soon, is one of the primary causes of price increases. Taking a gander at the historical backdrop of costs, it appears to be possible this pattern of raising costs will continue onward, with the less pursued models holding steady in the worst outcome imaginable. Price of raw materials. Prices reflect the increasing difficulty and cost of obtaining the necessary raw materials for making the timepieces. Rolex watches are primarily made of steel, gold, and platinum, so their prices reflect their market value. Rolex will never compromise the quality of its raw materials and will always pay top dollar for the best, as evidenced by the retail price. Technical upgrades. Rolex is constantly improving the movement and durability of their watches. The Submariner, for instance, was first introduced in 1953 and was 100-meter deep waterproof. In those days, it was a remarkable accomplishment. However, the watch has since been improved to be waterproof to an incredible 300 meters. The Skydweller's most recent model is a movement caliber of 9001. It has a blue parachrome hairspring made of a special paramagnetic alloy, which makes it up to 10 times more precise than a standard hairspring. It's waterproof to a depth of 100 meters, like the Submarine. It has a remarkable power reserve of approximately 72 hours and a self-winding module via a perpetual rotor. Staffing. The effects of the pandemic slowed production in 2020 to 2021 with factory closures, staffing shortages, and shorter working hours. This was caused by the difficulty of finding skilled watchmakers. 2 years later, the effects are still there, and the price increase reflects these issues as necessary reasons to inevitably raise retail prices, just like they are for many other businesses. Both in Switzerland and the United States, Rolex puts a lot of money into education as it's essential to their future. They provide watchmaking apprenticeships in Geneva and Bienne, ensuring that future generations of skilled watchmakers will be available to repair and service vintage timepieces with the necessary expertise and care, in addition to ensuring future watch designs and technology. Price increase in pre-owned watches. As a result, the price of pre-owned watches rises as retail prices rise because they become increasingly in demand and more difficult to find. The owners of the models will be pleased to hear this, as their only choice will be whether to exit immediately or wait and see if prices continue to rise. A difficult choice to make, but a pleasant circumstance. This can be frustrating if you want to enter the market or new to the watch industry, knowing that you will have to pay more with each price increase. The good news though is that as the new owner, you will almost certainly see an increase in the value of your investment over time. So what's hot now? There is always more demand for certain models than for others. This is sometimes due to the materials the watches are made of. Gold and platinum are obviously going to be more expensive, and sometimes just because of how they look. The following are some excellent references to consider investing in right now. Stainless Steel Daytona, GMT Master 2, Rolex Submariner Kermit, Explorer 1 and 2, Daytona Yellow Gold Green Dial, Oyster Perpetual Pastel Dial, Date Just Wimbledon, Date and No Date Submariner, and Sky Dweller. A marketplace of concerned sellers selling on social media and even from shady offices or coffee shops has emerged as a result of price increases and product scarcity. Find a reputable dealer with verified references, extensive market knowledge, and access to timepieces through people they know and trust before making an investment. Ideally, your timepiece should arrive in its original packaging and in excellent condition. Since Rolex prices are likely to continue rising, investing in one is probably a good idea. Even if you sign up for a 3-year arrangement, even though saving accounts offer very low interest rates, it might be better to invest in a Rolex watch for a potential higher return. A luxury watch's value cannot be guaranteed, just like any other investment, but its track record suggests that it's a very safe bet. Luxury watches typically hold their value even when they are at their worst. However, only very few luxury brands do it better than Rolex. So, tell us your thoughts. Will you be investing for a Rolex watch anytime soon? We are looking forward to reading your thoughts, comments, and experiences in the comments section below. This is the luxury world, and we thank you for watching.